Hello and welcome back to GeForce. I'm Julian here with Mikhail, and we are going to talk about Remedy's new game, Control. You've been working on it for 3 years since Quantum Break. The day's arrived. How are you feeling?
We've been working on this for a while now, and it's very much a passion project for us. There's a combination of excitement, a bit of anxiety as well, like looking forward to how people are going to react to the game, but super stoked.
Remedy always tries something different, with Max Payne, with Alan Wake, with Quantum Break. All these games introduce some unique mechanics or concepts. So to start from scratch with another game like Control, where do you even begin?
We always want to take something that is relatable and familiar, like time. You can slow time down, or you take light and use that as a weapon. But with Control, I think it's a bit of a different type of experience where we kind of take the idea of supernatural phenomena and make that as a major thing in the experience. So you're using these supernatural powers to fight an extraordinary threat. I think Control is kind of an evolution, or in a way a revolution as well, regarding how we approach gameplay and how much freedom. So we wanted to have this kind of breadth of options for you that you can acquire and use them as you see fit. It has more volition for the player and so on. So I think that's the key thing that sets us apart from the previous games that we've done.
Tell me about this world. Where does it take place? What's going on?
The game takes place in a location we call the Oldest House. So Oldest House is a place of power, and there's this agency called Federal Bureau of Control, and their headquarters are located within this location. Basically what happens early on in the game, there's this kind of otherworldly threat called the Hiss that has invaded this place, and it's under lockdown, so it can't leave that place, but everything within it has been transformed in a creepy, unsettling way and turned against you, and you as Jesse Faden needs to start dealing with that. What was important for us is that this location, it's not just a building, it is an infinite place, and it has a number of different sectors. There's a lot of variation in different environments. Like, yes, there's office type of environments, but then you have other location, which we call the threshold, where the reality kind of starts to break down, and sometimes you can see a star sky above you and things like that. So it gets weird and strange, and there's a lot of different types of environments with their own identities and so on. So it's a complex, vast location. It's pretty cool.
This game has a lot of, brutalist concrete architecture. It looks like it's got inspiration from Kubrick films or Twin Peaks. How important is sculpting the atmosphere and the feeling inside this game for you as the director?
At Remedy, we care a lot about the kind of visuals of every game that we do. We want to make beautiful looking games, but also what's important to us is that there's a sense of identity to the visuals, that they have meaning. And when you look at Control, there's this brutalistic architectural style that we're embracing. It represents a lot of different types of things. On a kind of psychological layer, it represents order. It reflects the ideals of the Bureau itself. Like, they want to understand this strange phenomenon. They want to bring order into chaos, signal to noise. They want to understand. It's beautiful in its simplicity, and it comes with a certain kind of a lighting style as well, with sharp forms and so on, that really accentuates the different elements of the environment. And it just looks cool, it looks interesting, and it looks different, I think, compared to many other games. And of course, it's good for gameplay as well. When you look at, there's a lot of destruction, very reactive environment. You can almost pick up anything with your telekinetic abilities and throw them around, and there's a lot of mayhem and chaos going on when you use your powers. And this kind of architectural style really supports that.
So you talked about how the lighting is important, and of course, we're from NVIDIA. We've got to talk about ray tracing. When you implemented ray tracing, what was that like for you to see?
Oh, it was actually amazing to see it for the first time. Like, the new elements that popped up that you didn't even necessarily realize were there once we kind of got it enabled and so on. It was actually a bit shocking to see it for the first time. Like, wow, what the kind of detail it brings and all of those elements. So really happy to have it, and it definitely brings an extra dimension to the experience.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to check out Control. It's out with the most advanced set of ray tracing techniques to date, and we'll see you next time on GeForce.